What's up, boys and ladies? It's me, Morcstar. Today I'll be showing you how to play as a backline holy healer in ZvZs. We are going to talk about your positioning during the fights, how to properly use your skills and what your role actually is inside of the zerg. If you are new to healing or just want to improve your survivability and impact, this guide should help you out. First things first, there's mainly two types of healers in ZvZs, frontline healers and backline healers. At least that's how it works in my zerg. Depending on which type of healer you are playing, your positioning, your items, the area you'll mainly be focusing on, and even your combo rotations will be completely different. That's why understanding your role before everything is one of the most important things as a healer. For today, we are going to focus on the backline healer. So, before we get into positioning, I have to say this first. Backline healer is probably the best option if you are just getting started or if you are new to ZvZs. The reason is simple, because as a backline healer, you are naturally safer because of your positioning, and the pressure or expectations from your caller and your team will be much lower compared to a frontline healer. And for this role, I suggest using Hollow Fall, Mistcaller, Dread Call, Robe of Purity, Mark Shoes or Royal Shoes, and Limehorse Cape. This build gives you good sustain, cooldown reduction, energy management, and enough survivability to stay relevant during the fight. Now let's talk about positioning. First of all, you want to stay around one screen away from your caller, either on the left or the right side. Because if you get too close to the front line or stay inside the zerg, there's a high chance of getting wiped. Why? Because the enemy team will always be looking for the clump to engage on, and if you are inside that clump, inside of the crowd, it means you can die at any moment, you know. I'm sorry for my bad English, but I'm trying my best. Anyway, so that's why you should stay. That's why you should always stay outside of the zerg, either on the left or the right side, while moving forward or rotating or getting back or just holding any area, you know. So as a backline healer, your main responsibility is keeping your ranged DPS, supports, and melee DPS alive. This is the area right here you'll be mainly focusing on. You always need to keep an eye on dive threats or flanks, you know what I'm saying? For example, enemy tanks, brawlers, or solo bombers, because they'll often try to sneak into backline and kill the backline first. And also one last thing, you need to be ready to support your caller whenever needed, especially when your team gets clumped and the enemy is engaging on that clump. You know what I'm saying? And while doing all of this, make sure to support your... Make sure caller stays inside your healing range, because if your caller dies, everything's over. Now that we are done with positioning, let's talk about your skill choices and your combos. First of all, for your Q skill, use the third option. For your W skill, use the fourth option, and for your passive, use the first one. I don't want to explain too much why, because that would make the video too long and maybe boring, so let's get straight to the combos. During fights, when your team gets clumped, or your caller gives a defensive call, there are three main combos that you can use. The first one is QW. The second one is 1QE. FWQ. And the third one, the hardest one, is 1RQE FWQ. Let's start with the first one. This is the easiest combo, and you use it when your potion is on cooldown. All you have to do is put your Q on the clump when your team is taking damage, and right after that use your W. Simple, quick, and strong. Now the second combo, as you can see, we start with the potion. The reason is simple. With your E skill, you jump right into the clump, into the area where the damage will hit. And there's a high chance you will take damage too, so using your potion is very important, or you might die. The combo is simple. Use your potion, place your Q, jump into the clump with your E, use your F right away to get back out, then use your W and finish with another Q. This combo is stronger, but also riskier, of course. Now the last and hardest combo. This one is for when both your potion and your armor skill are ready. As you can see, we start by using our potion and armor skill at the same time. And the idea here is to push enemy players away from your team while you are healing them. Because when you jump in with your E, while your robe of purity is active, it will knock enemies back. And this gives your team space and can save the day. But you gotta be very careful with this one, because if your caller wants to instantly counter-engage on that clone, well, you can mess it up and make things worse for your team. So always check the situation before using this combo, guys. Other than that, you can also use your armor skill in your backline to push enemies away that's diving you, and don't be afraid to use your potion also when you think you will take a lot of damage. Same goes with your shoes. Use them to move to the safest place that you can. For example, let's say you're at the east side, or you took the east angle, let's say the right angle, right? And there's like couple reds at the right. So pop your boots, go to the left side, go to the west side. You get my point? Because if you are not safe, your team will not be safe either. And if you die, well, your team will most likely die too. Because at the end of the day, you are the one keeping them alive. So in short, your first prio is always yourself actually. And one more important thing, don't waste your mana. Not every small damage needs a big heal. Sometimes your Q is enough, sometimes you need your W, and sometimes you need to fully commit with your E combo. It all depends on the situation, so learn to manage your mana well, because if you run out of mana in a long fight, you become useless for your team, and that can easily cost the fight. And before we finish, let me tell you some common mistakes. First, don't panic, and don't use all of your skills at once. Stay calm and think before using your combo, think before using any of your skills. Second, don't go too deep unless you know exactly what you are doing. A lot of healers die because they overcommit. Third, always watch your own position before watching others. If your position is bad, you will die first. And lastly, don't focus too much on just one player. Always keep an eye on the whole fight, on the whole team, because your job is to support the whole team, not just one person. Well, that's pretty much it for now. There are a lot of small tips, little details, and different ways to play as a backline healer, but most of it will come with time and experience. You just have to start playing and keep learning. If you have any questions or need help with anything, feel free to ask in the comment section, but I believe this guide will help you get started safely and give you a good base to improve from, you know. And if you want to see more videos like this, well, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. That way you'll also be supporting me and helping me make more guides like this. See you on the next one, I guess. Have a nice one, guys. Goodbye.